@NCERT video welcomes you. Today we are going to start chapter 3, Mindful Eating, a Path to a Healthy Body. Let's start chapter 3, Mindful Eating, a Path to a Healthy Body. कोरुक कोरुक कोरुक, हित भुक मित भुक ऋतु भुक. सुभाषित. Who is healthy? Who is healthy? Who is healthy? One who eats food that is wholesome in moderate quantities and appropriate for the season, time and place. Wise saying. आज का विचार. Thought of the day. अनेन जातानि जीवन्ति. अनेन जातानि जीवन्ति. तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद. तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद. Medu and Mishti read thought of the day on the school notice board every day. Today's thought, अनेन जातानि जीवन्ति, makes them curious. Mishti tells Medu that is a Sanskrit saying which means food gives life to living beings. Let us try to understand the significance of this saying. 3.1 What do we eat? Activity 3.1 Let us record. All of us eat food every day. Food is an essential component of our daily life. List the food items you have consumed over the week in table 3.1. Table 3.1 Food items consumed over a week. Day food items. Day Monday. Food items consumed, you can write here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. What observations can you make about your food from the data collected in table 3.1? Do you eat the same kind of food in every meal or do your choices vary? Compare your list with those prepared by your friends. Find similarities and differences in the food consumed by you and your friends. What did you find? Record your findings in your notebook. You may have noticed that there is a variety in the food eaten by you and your friends. Do you think that such diversity in food exists in all states of our country? The answer is yes. 3.1.1 Food in different regions. Activity 3.2 Let us explore. Find out the types of food traditionally consumed and the crops grown in various states of India. You may refer to books in your library, search the internet, and interact with your friends, family, and neighbors to collect information. In table 3.2, add more states and fill the collected data. A few examples are already given. Table 3.2 Some traditional food items in various states of India. State locally grown crops, traditional food items eaten, beverages. State Punjab, locally grown crops, maize, wheat, chickpea, pulses. Traditional food items eaten, मक्के दी रोटी, सरसों दा साग, छोले भटूरे, पराठा, हलवा, खीर. Beverages, लस्सी, छाछ, बटर मिल्क, मिल्क, टी. State Karnataka, locally grown crops, rice, ragi, urad, coconut. Traditional food items eaten, idli, dosa, सांभर, कोकोनट चटनी, रागी मुद्दे, पाल्या, रसम, राइस. Beverages, buttermilk, coffee, tea. State Manipur, locally grown crops, rice, bamboo, soyabean. Traditional food items eaten, rice, aromba, chutney, utti, yellow peas and green onion curry, singju, kangsoi. Beverages, black tea. Similarly, you can write for other states. Why do we see diversity in traditional food consumed in various states of our country? Analyze the data collected by you in table 3.2. Are there food items that are common across many states? Make a list of those food items. You may find that some food items are common in many states while some are eaten only in a particular state. What relation do you find between the traditional food items and the locally grown crops? You must have observed that the traditional food of any state is usually based on the crop grown in that state. India is an agricultural country with diverse soil and climate types. Various crops are grown in its different regions depending on the soil types and climatic conditions. In various regions of India, the choice of food may vary according to the cultivation of food crops in that particular region, taste preferences, culture, and traditions. 3.1.2 How have cooking practices changed over time? You have learned that food habits vary across states. Our food choices as well as practices of food preparation may differ from one another. Have our food habits and cooking practices changed over time? Activity 3.3 Prepare a list of questions for gathering information from elderly people about their food habits and cooking practices. Following are some of the sample questions. What kind of food do you still eat? And what is new? What are the changes in cooking practices over time? What has caused these changes? Conduct interviews with some elderly people based on the questions prepared. Figure 3.1 Changes in cooking tools over time. A. Chulha or traditional stove. B. modern gas stove. C. Silbatta stone grinder. D. Electric grinder. What are your findings from the interviews you conducted? Cooking practices, also called culinary practices, have changed over time. There is a significant difference between traditional and modern culinary practices. Earlier, most cooking was done using a chulha, figure 3.1a. Nowadays, most of us cook using a modern gas stove, figure 3.1b. Earlier, most grinding was done manually using silbatta, figure 3.1c. These days, we use an electric grinder for ease of grinding, figure 3.1d. Find out what were the other ways of cooking and grinding. Why have these culinary practices changed over time? These changes may be due to factors such as technological development, improved transportation, and better communication. 3.2 What are the components of food? Medu and Misty visit the traditional food festival organized in their school. The theme of the festival is Eat Healthy, Live Healthy. स्वस्थ आहार स्वस्थ जीवन. Eat healthy, live healthy. You can see various stalls: Rajasthani food, Gujarati food, Assamese food. The festival features various stalls displaying different kinds of traditional dishes. Dr. Posita, a nutritional expert, explains to students that health is the ultimate wealth. Let us understand what Dr. Posita means by this statement. Have you ever missed a meal? How do you feel when you miss a meal? We feel tired and less energetic when we do not eat for some time. Why do you think a marathon runner drinks glucose water during and after a race? Glucose provides instant energy. Glucose is an example of a carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are one of the primary sources of energy in our diet. Cereals like wheat, rice, and maize, vegetables like potato and sweet potato, and fruits like banana, pineapple, and mango are some sources of carbohydrates. Figure 3.2. Figure 3.2. Some sources of carbohydrates such as bajra, rice, wheat, sweet potato, potato, sugarcane, banana, pineapple, mango, maize. Do you know that common sugar is also a type of carbohydrate? Why do you think we prefer to have laddus as a part of our traditional diet in winters? Besan or wheat flour, atta, and ghee are among the main ingredients of laddus along with gond, edible gum, nuts, and seeds. Ghee and various kinds of oils are grouped under another kind of food component which is called fat. Sources of fat can be from plants and animals. Figure 3.3. Nuts such as groundnuts, walnuts, coconuts, and almonds, and seeds such as pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds are some sources of fat. Fat is a source of stored energy. This boy says, yes, my grandma told me that laddus rich in ghee and nuts provide energy to keep us warm. Figure 3.3. Some sources of fats such as curd, almonds, cashew nut, sesame seeds, soya bean, groundnut, walnut, sunflower seeds, pistachios, butter, milk, sunflower oil, mustard oil, soybean oil, coconut oil, ghee. Carbohydrates and fats provide us energy for performing various activities. Therefore, they are called energy giving foods. Identify more food items that are rich sources of carbohydrates and fats. More to know. Polar bear. Polar bears accumulate a lot of fat under their skin. This fat serves as an energy source. It supports them during their months-long winter sleep, that is hibernation, enabling them to survive without eating. Proteins are also an important part of our food. Milk products and pulses are good sources of protein. Sportsmen need proteins in larger quantities to build their muscles. People get proteins from plants as well as animals. Some excellent plant sources of protein are pulses, beans, peas, and nuts. Figure 3.4a. Animal sources of protein are milk, paneer, egg, fish, and meat. Figure 3.4b. Protein-rich foods help in growth and repair of our body. These are therefore called bodybuilding foods. Figure 3.4. Some sources of proteins. A. Plant sources. Peas, gram, moong, tur dal, kidney beans, soya bean. B. Animal sources. Fish, chicken, milk, paneer, eggs. The right amount of protein must be included in the diet of growing children for their proper growth and development. Which of these food components are part of your daily diet? More to know. Mushroom. Have you ever seen mushrooms? They grow mostly in dark and moist places. Edible mushrooms are good sources of protein. Why do you think we are advised to include servings of fruits, vegetables, and other plant based foods in our daily diet? Let us understand the importance of some other food components by reading the following two cases. Case 1. In earlier times, during long voyages, sailors often suffered from bleeding and swollen gums. During a voyage in 1746, a Scottish physician, James Lind, observed that sailors who consumed lemons and oranges recovered from these symptoms. Bleeding and swollen gums are symptoms of a disease called scurvy. What do you interpret by reading case 1? What cures scurvy? Lemons and oranges help in curing scurvy. Scurvy is caused due to deficiency of vitamin C. Vitamin C present in citrus fruits like lemons and oranges help in curing this disease. Case 2. In the 1960s, Indian scientists found that among the human population in the Himalayan region and in the northern plains of India, symptoms of swelling at the front of the neck were prevalent. As per norms of the Government of India, an effort was made to supplement common salt with iodine for preparing iodized salt. Consumption of iodized salt visibly reduced the above symptoms. These symptoms were due to a deficiency of iodine in the soil of this region, resulting in a lack of iodine in the local food and water supply. Swelling at the front of the neck is a symptom of a disease called goiter. What do you infer from case 2? You may have learned about iodized salt through newspapers, advertisements, or by reading about it on a salt packet. What does it mean? Iodized salt is simply common salt mixed with required quantities of salts of iodine. More to know. Salt farming is a traditional practice of a tribal community named Agarias. They practice salt farming in the Little Rann of Kutch and other parts of Gujarat. For 8 months, they live in the extreme heat of the desert and work very hard to get salt from seawater. How would you find out more about other food components that protect our body from various diseases? Activity 3.4. Let us conduct a survey. Study the chart given in figure 3.5 to explore the functions and sources of various food components. Find out more sources of vitamins and minerals. Also, understand the symptoms of the diseases caused by the lack of these food components. Food component, vitamin or mineral. Functions, some sources, deficiency disease or disorder. Symptoms, food component, vitamin A. Functions, keeps eyes and skin healthy. Some sources, papaya, carrot, mango, milk. Deficiency disease or disorder, loss of vision. Symptoms, poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, night blindness, sometimes complete loss of vision. Food component, vitamin B1. Functions, keep heart healthy and supports body to perform various functions. Some sources, legumes, nuts, whole grains, seeds, milk products, deficiency disease or disorder, beriberi. Symptoms: swelling, tingling, or burning sensation in feet and hands, trouble in breathing. Vitamin C helps body to fight diseases. Amla, guava, green chili, orange, lemon. Scurvy, bleeding gums, slow healing of wounds. Vitamin D helps body absorb calcium for bone and teeth health. Exposure to sunlight, milk, butter, fish, eggs. Rickets, soft and bent bones. Calcium, keep bones and teeth healthy. Milk, soya milk, curd, cheese, paneer. Bone and tooth decay. Weak bones, tooth decay. Iodine helps to perform physical and mental activities. Seaweed, water chestnut, singhada, iodized salt. Goiter, swelling at the front of the neck. Iron, important component of blood. Green leafy vegetables, beetroot, pomegranate. Anemia, weakness, shortness of breath. Figure 3.5, chart of vitamins and minerals, their functions, some sources, related deficiency diseases, disorders and symptoms. Visit your neighborhood, interact with people, and find out if any individual shows the symptom listed on the chart. An investigatory project of this kind can be taken by the students under the guidance of a teacher. Correlate these symptoms with their diet and identify the deficiency diseases or disorders. Suggest the possible causes for the symptoms observed and changes required in the diet or improvement. Suggest them to visit a doctor or further advice. From figure 3.5, you have learnt that vitamins A, B1, C and D and minerals calcium, iodine and iron are two groups of food components that protect our body from various diseases. But how can we overcome vitamin and mineral deficiency diseases or disorders? Figure 3.6, some sources of different vitamins. A. Some sources of vitamin A: mango, milk, papaya, carrot. B. Some sources of vitamin B: flax seeds, wheat, paneer, milk, rice, pumpkin seeds. Some sources of vitamin C: amla, tomato, orange, guava, green chili, lemon. D. Some sources of vitamin D: fish, milk, eggs, edible mushroom, butter. Food components that provide energy, support growth, help repair and protect our body from diseases, and maintain various bodily functions are called nutrients. The major nutrients in our food include carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are also called protective nutrients. These nutrients protect our body from diseases and keep us healthy. Your parents may have advised you to have milk, green vegetables, fruits, and whole grains regularly. These food items are some sources of vitamins, figure 3.6, and minerals. Although vitamins and minerals are required in small amounts, they are essential to keep our body healthy. What differences do you observe in raw and cooked vegetables? Have you ever noticed that vegetables sometimes lose their bright color or become softer and less crisp when cooked? Some nutrients like vitamin C and others are lost during cooking due to high heat. Would it not be advised to include fruits and uncooked vegetables into our diet? Washing cut and peeled vegetables and fruits may also result in loss of some vitamins. However, it is highly recommended that all fruits and vegetables be thoroughly washed before consumption. Medhu says, do we obtain all nutrients from plants and animals? Dr. Posita replies, no, Medhu. Nutrients like salt can be obtained from seawater or from rocks. Also, vitamin D can be naturally produced by our body upon exposure to sunlight. Fruits and vegetables are rich in dietary fibers. Let us see how dietary fibers are beneficial for us. In addition to the essential nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers, also known as roughage, do not provide any nutrients to our body. However, they are an essential component of our food. They help our body get rid of undigested food and ensure smooth passage of stools. Roughage in our food is provided mainly by suitable plant products. Green leafy vegetables, fresh fruits, whole grains, pulses and nuts are good sources of roughage. Eating food that is locally grown and plant-based to the extent possible is not only healthy for the body but is also good for our environment and our planet. Medhu says, my grandma has difficulty in passing stool. Now I understand why the doctor advised her to eat food that is high in fiber. Water is also an essential part of our diet. It helps the body absorb nutrients from food. It removes waste from the body through sweat and urine. We should drink sufficient water regularly to keep ourselves healthy. Question: what are the food sources that provide water to our body? List a few of them. Know a scientist. Koluthur Gopalan, 1918 to 2019, initiated nutritional research in India. He analyzed more than 500 Indian foods for their nutritional value and recommended an appropriate diet in the Indian context. He led surveys on the nutritional status of Indian population, identifying widespread deficiencies in protein, energy, and other food components. This led to the implementation of the midday meal program in 2002, now a PM Poshan initiative, to provide balanced food in the government run and government aided schools in our country. This scheme has played a role in improving the health and nutrition of millions of children nationwide. 3.3 How to test different components of food. Let us find out which nutrients are present in various food items. Some nutrients like starch, a type of carbohydrate, fat and protein can be detected using fairly simple tests, while others can be detected only in a well-equipped laboratory. Let us explore how we can detect the presence of starch, fat and protein in some food items. 3.3.1 Test for starch. Activity 3.5 Let us investigate. Take a small quantity of the food items such as a slice of potato, cucumber, bread, some boiled rice, boiled gram, crushed peanut, oil, butter and crushed coconut. You can take other food items too for testing. Place a small piece of each item on a separate dish. With the help of a dropper, put 2 to 3 drops of diluted iodine solution on each food item. Figure 3.7. Figure 3.7 Testing for the presence of starch in various food items. This is diluted iodine solution. This is a dropper. Okay, you can see testing of starch. Observe if there are any changes in the color of the food items. Have they turned blue-black? Record your observations in table 3.3. A blue-black color indicates the presence of starch. 3.3.2 Test for fats. Activity 3.6 Let us investigate. Take a small part of the food items that you tested for the presence of starch in activity 3.5. Place each food item on a separate piece of paper. Wrap the paper around the food and press it. Be careful not to tear the paper. If a food item contains a little water, allow the paper to dry. Does the paper develop an oily patch? What do you think is the reason for this patch? If oil or butter is present in the food item, it leaves an oily patch on the paper. Now, hold the paper against light. Can you see the light faintly shining through this patch? An oily patch on the paper shows that the food item contains fat. Which of these items contain fats? Record your observations in table 3.3. 3.3.3 Test for proteins. Activity 3.7 Let us investigate. This activity may be demonstrated by the teacher. Take the food items tested in the previous activities. Make a paste or powder of the food item using pestle and mortar. Figure 3.8. Put about half teaspoon of each food item in a separate clean test tube. Precautions. These chemicals are harmful and need to be handled with care. Do not touch any of these chemicals unless asked to do so. If any chemical gets spilled on your body, immediately wash the affected area with water. Do not put any of these chemicals in your mouth or try to smell them. Add 2 to 3 teaspoons of water to each test tube and shake them well. Add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution to each test tube using a dropper. Now take another dropper and add 10 drops of caustic soda solution to each tube. Figure 3.8. Shake well and leave the test tubes undisturbed for a few minutes. You can see figure 3.8. Testing for presence of protein in various food items. Soya bean, peas, peanuts, rice, bread, and you can see pestle and mortar. You can see copper sulfate and caustic soda. You can see test tubes and dropper. What did you observe? Did the content of some test tubes turn violet? This violet color indicates the presence of proteins in food item. Write your observations in table 3.3. What conclusions can be drawn from table 3.3? Which food items show the presence of more than one nutrient? Which food items shows the presence of both proteins and fats? Peanuts show the presence of both proteins and fats. This indicates that any food which we eat may contain multiple nutrients. Is there a food item that lacks any of these nutrients? Which of these foods do you consume daily? Try to find out other foods that are good sources of starch, fats, and proteins. Table 3.3. Exploring nutrients present in various food items. Name of the food item. Color of the food item for starch test, before iodine test, after iodine test. Oily patch or fat test. Prediction, yes or no. Observation, yes or no. Color of the food item for protein test. Before protein test, after protein test. Starch present, yes or no. Fat present, yes or no. Protein present, yes or no. Food items taken: potato, cucumber, boiled rice, boiled gram, peanut, bread or chapati, butter, coconut, or any other. 3.4 Balanced diet. 3.4 Balanced diet. Are the nutritional requirements the same for everyone? Do you and your grandparents need the same type or the same amount of nutrients. Requirements of the type and amount of nutrients in a diet may vary according to age, gender, physical activity, health status, lifestyle, and so on. Activity 3.8. Let us find out. You have listed food consumed by you during the week in activity 3.1. Check whether your food contains all the nutrients and other essential components necessary for growth and development. If not, check which nutrients or other food components need to be added. A diet that has all essential nutrients, roughage, and water in the right amount for proper growth and development of the body is known as balanced diet. What changes would you make in your diet to make it a balanced diet? Activity 3.9. Let us compare. Read the nutritional information given below for a packet of potato wafers and a packet of roasted chana shown here. A. Potato wafers. B. Roasted chana. Nutritional information per 100 gram. Energy 536 kilocalorie. Fats 35 gram. Carbohydrates 53 gram. Proteins 7 gram. Dietary fiber 4.8 gram. Nutritional information per 100 gram. Energy 355 kilocalorie. Fats 6.26 gram. Carbohydrates 58.58 gram. Proteins 18.64 gram. Dietary fiber 16.8 gram. You can see, though potato wafers are more in energy and fats, but roasted chana has more carbohydrates, proteins, and dietary fibers. Based on nutritional information on the food packets given above, which food would you choose? Why? Some food have high calories due to high sugar and fat content. Moreover, they contains very low amounts of proteins, minerals, vitamins and dietary fibers. These foods are called junk foods. These foods include potato wafers, candy bars and carbonated drinks. Consuming these foods frequently is not good as these are not healthy for our body. They make a person obese. Such a person may suffer from several health problems. You should always remember Dr. Posita's statement that health is the ultimate wealth. We should take care of our body and stay healthy. Eating a balanced diet and avoiding junk food contribute towards a healthy body. Good health is essential for leading a happy life. Which of the two foods you studied in activity 3.9 could be labeled as junk food? More to know. Packaged food items must have information about the nutrients on their cover. The information should list the amount of each nutrient. Sometimes more nutrients are added to the food during processing, known as fortification, to improve its nutritional quality. Iodized salt and some baby foods are examples of fortified foods. The Food Safety and Standard Authority of India FSSAI is a government agency that regulates food quality in India. FSSAI Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. 3.5 Millets Nutrition Rich Cereals. You may have heard of jowar, bajra, ragi and sawa. Figure 3.9. Figure 3.9 Sawa Barnyard Millet. These are native crops of India. Figure 3.9. These can be easily cultivated in different climatic conditions. These highly nutritious grains are also called millets. Have you ever had food items made from these millets? Millets are small-sized grains and have been an integral part of the Indian diet for centuries. They have regained popularity due to their numerous health benefits. They are good sources of vitamins, minerals like iron and calcium, and dietary fibers as well. That is the reason they are also called nutri-cereals. They contribute significantly to a balanced diet required for the normal functioning of our body. 3.6 Food miles from farm to our plate. How does food reach from a farm to our plate? What are the steps involved in this process? Who are the people involved in this process? Do you know how much time and effort is required to get the wheat flour once seed grains germinate in the farm? Let us look at figure 3.10 to understand the entire process of making the chapati that we eat. Figure 3.10 From farm to plate. Story of chapati from farm to plate. Farmer growing wheat. Threshing and winnowing of grains. Storage of grains. Grinding of grains and packing. Transport to retail shop. Food on our plate. The entire distance traveled by a bag of wheat or any other food item from the producer to the consumer is known as its food miles. Reducing food miles is important because it helps to cut down the cost and pollution during its transport. It helps support local farmers and it also keeps our food fresher and healthier. Many people waste food, leaving it unconsumed on their plates. One must remember the time and effort put by our farmers and other community members in getting the food from the farm to our plate. We must take only as much food as we can consume. It would reduce food wastage. Try to find the timeline or the various process involved in getting the food from farm to plate. Figure 3.10. Question: how would eating local food help reduce food miles? Eat healthy, share and respect food. Support local producers. Keywords: carbohydrate, culinary practices, deficiency diseases, fats, food components, food miles, iodized salt, millets, minerals, nutrients, proteins, rickets, roughage, scurvy, vitamins, analyze, compare, infer, interpret, investigate, observe, prediction, survey. Summary. Key points. People across India eat diverse types of food containing various food components. Choice of food may vary according to the cultivation of food crops in a region, taste preferences, culture and traditions, and so on. Culinary practices have changed over time. There is a significant difference between traditional and modern methods of cooking food. Food provides us energy, supports growth, repairs our bodies, and protects us from diseases. The major nutrients in our food are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. In addition, food also contains dietary fibers and water. Carbohydrates and fats are primary energy sources, while proteins are body building nutrients. Vitamins and minerals strengthen our body, protect us from infections, and keep us healthy. A balanced diet provides all the essential nutrients in the right quantities along with adequate roughage and water. Deficiency of one or more nutrients in our diet for a long time can lead to deficiency diseases and disorders. Junk foods are unhealthy as they contain high levels of sugar and fats but little protein, minerals, vitamins, and dietary fibers. Millets are known as nutri-cereals as they provide most of the nutrients required for the normal functioning of our bodies. They can be easily cultivated in different climatic conditions. Eating food that is locally grown and plant-based to the extent possible is not only healthy for our bodies but is also good for our environment and our planet. The distance traveled by a food item from the place of its production to the consumer is called food miles. We must aim to minimize food miles. We should never waste food and only take as much as we can consume. Let us enhance our learning. 1. Pick the odd one out and give reasons. 1. Jowar, bajra, ragi, chana. 2. Kidney beans, green gram, soya bean, rice. 2. Discuss traditional versus modern culinary practices in India. 3. A teacher says that good food may act as medicine. Ravi is curious about this statement and has some questions for his teacher. List at least 2 questions that he can ask. 4. Not only delicious foods are necessarily healthy, while not all nutritious foods are always enjoyable. Share your thoughts along with a few examples. 5. Medu does not eat vegetables but enjoys biscuits, noodles, and white bread. He often has stomach ache, and constipation. What changes should he make in his diet to get rid of these problems? Explain your answer. 6. Resma had trouble seeing things in dim light. The doctor tested her eyesight and prescribed a particular vitamin supplement. He also advised her to include a few items in her diet. 1. Which deficiency disease is she suffering from? 2. Which food component may be lacking in her diet? 3. Suggest some food items that she should include in her diet to overcome this problem. Any 4. 7. You are provided the following: 1. Canned fruit juice. 2. Fresh fruit juice. 3. Fresh fruit. Which one would you prefer and why? 8. Gaurav got a fracture in his leg. His doctor aligned the bones and put on a plaster. The doctor also gave him calcium tablets. On the second visit, the doctor gave him vitamin D syrup along with calcium tablets. Refer to figure 3.5 and answer the following questions. 1. Why did the doctor give calcium tablets to Gaurav? 2. On the second visit, why did the doctor give vitamin D syrup along with calcium tablets? 3. What question arises in your mind about the choices made by the doctor in giving the medicines? 9. Sugar is an example of carbohydrates. Sugar is tested with iodine solution, but it does not change to blue-black color. What can be a possible reason? 10. What do you think of Raman's statement? All starches are carbohydrates, but not all carbohydrates are starches. Describe the design of an activity to test your answer. 11. While using iodine in the laboratory, a few drops of iodine fell on Misty's socks and a few fell on her teacher's sari. The drop of iodine on the sari turned blue-black while the color on the socks did not change. What can be a possible reason? 11. Why are millets considered a healthy choice of food? Can eating just millets suffice for the nutritional requirements of the body? Discuss. 13. You are given a sample of a solution. How would you check the possibility of it being an iodine solution? Learning further. Help your mother in unpacking the packets of various food items after shopping or grocery next time. Read the nutritional information of at least 3 fortified food items and analyze those. The Apatani tribe of Arunachal Pradesh produces a salt called tapio to fulfill their dietary requirements. Collect more information from the internet about their salt making process and the need to make their own salt. Collect pictures and paste them on a chart paper. Also, write a paragraph about the process of making this salt and its usefulness. Vegetables and fruits that grow naturally in the forest or nearby fields without being cultivated by farmers are considered wild varieties. Traditionally, many tribal groups in India depend on these wild varieties. which form a part of their food. Read about ran bhajis from Maharashtra and edible mushrooms from Himachal Pradesh. Are you aware of any such wild varieties of food from your region? Discuss in class. List junk foods you eat frequently. Ask your friends also to make such lists. On the basis of these lists, write a letter to your principal requesting to ban certain junk foods inside the school campus. Suggest some healthy options. Find out the variation in nutritional requirements of different individuals based on age, physical activity, and health conditions. Record your observations, discuss and analyze. Prepare a diet chart to provide a balanced diet to a 12-year-old child. The diet chart should include food items that are not expensive and are commonly available in your area. For more videos, you can subscribe at @NCERT video. Thank you.